mean niggas burying them quick. Fuck a nigga think. Pussy nigga, I don't give a shit. He can get a clip. What that pussy motherfucker say? Nigga better be watching your lips. I be with the niggas that'll give it to you in the broad day. If I catch a nigga and he slip, hold on, even trip. Told you niggas that we don't play. Got them killers with me and they ready for the action. Creeping in the cap, if I catch a nigga napping. Nothing but a soldier talking to the fucking captain. I'ma fuck around and smack him just to feel the satisfaction. Hope a motherfucker packing if he acting like a hitter. Room full of goons, couple killers and gorillas. I got niggas right now with their fingers on the trigger that'll lay a nigga down soon as niggas try to get up.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for coming back and chit-chatting with Gizzo. Today we have a very special guest, one of the pioneers of Chicago hip-hop and rap all together. Made songs. He's a member of Triple Darkness, which is one of the Chicago groups, legendary rap groups. Made songs like Chop Up That Paper, Cold Blooded, and Niggas Just Don't Know. He's collaborated with other artists like Twista on songs like Darkness, and he organizes events that puts on a platform for a lot of artists in the city. He's also put in extensive work with Drama War, which was a conglomerate back in the 90s when Chicago was getting their name in hip hop. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to DaWreck. What's going on, homie? How you doing?
Good, man.
Thanks for coming and chit-chatting with us, bro.
Man, thanks for having me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So what I want to, there's a lot of people have their favorite artists, and we know the music and stuff, but there's certain things we don't know. So for instance, the fans want to know, when did you start making music and what were your influences in making music?
Okay, I started making music when I was 12 years old, and at that time, I think it was LL Cool J and Run DMC and the early hip hop guys like that motivated me to want to get into music and do rap and stuff like that.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, how do you feel the rap game has changed from the moment that you got into music to the way it is right now?
Oh, it's totally different. Back then it was more about lyrical ability, being original, not biting this type of person or not being like that, just being different, having your own unique something about you that make people like you. Nowadays it's more like, oh, you gotta sound like this or try to be like that. Even record labels want something that sounds like something else that they know is proven to already, be fashionable or in style,
Yeah.
Do you got auto-tune on your record? Oh, you gotta put some auto-tune on there.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
So basically music's changed, because back then it was just all pure. The lyrics was just all, it was just all about something to make you better. And now music kind of just like,
Yeah.
You listen to the radio and you're like, what are we listening to?
Back then it was the beginning of hip hop, so everything was fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like the word fresh. All of that was new. It was just being made up. Like the retro Jordans wasn't retro, they was the real ones. You know what I'm saying? The original Jordans. It was a throwback, but it was just something that came out, just like all of the hip hop groups you had, and the music, the producers, everything that went with it, the styles, like how we wear these hats and stuff, they still around, you know what I'm saying? All of that's hip hop.
That's what's up. And so, in talking about like hip hop, and we were just kind of talking about how things used to be. So what I wanted to ask you was, let's say that there was a position where it was the Chicago rap mayor or hip hop mayor, and you had that position. DaWreck was the Chicago rap hip hop mayor. Yeah. What would you do to make a couple changes in the game that to make it better from what's going on right now? Because I'm not too excited about what I'm listening to on the radio what we used to have back in the day.
Okay, well, I would open a Chicago hip hop museum and put something in there so people can see all of the artists that came before the ones that's here. Like, so you can see the history of everybody from No Pity Committee to Ill State, you know what I'm saying? You'll see that in the museum. You'll go in there, you'll see Rhyme Fest or Kingdom Rock or anybody that's a part of history and you've been around them and you saw them, you will see them in there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Me, I'll be in there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I was there. I was around. I did a few things.
So that's what's up. You know, I'm glad that we were able to sit here and talk, and I want all the fans that's listening out there to know like what's going on with you. So that's the most important thing. Now I want to talk about what future endeavors can we expect from DaWreck. Like what songs are coming out? You got an album. What's coming up new?
Okay, right now I'm working on a couple of projects. I got Project X is a project I'm doing that's produced by XL. He a producer from Chicago that did a lot of stuff. He got a lot of bangers. I'm also producing my own album called Wreck on the Track. I'm producing all of that.
Okay.
For the first thing, Project X, I just released the first single for that. It's a video called We Don't Play. Y'all can check it out on YouTube, DaWreck, We Don't Play.
Go check it out right now on YouTube. Right after this interview, go check it out. We Don't Play, search DaWreck, We Don't Play, right?
Yep. The second project I said, Wreck on the, second project is Wreck on the Track. The first single for that is I Murder featuring Crooked Eye from Slaughterhouse. So y'all can go check that out on YouTube or go check it out on iTunes and purchase that.
Shout out to Slaughterhouse doing their thing. I see you. That's what's up. So that's dope that you're collabing with them now. What does it feel like, you know, to just be having been in the game and still being in the game and doing music with guys that just still being in the mix, man? That's awesome. Like you telling me about the collabs and everything you got going. Like, how does it feel, man? And just you're still doing your thing and it's all still
You know
love.
what? I get some crazy collabs. It's always somebody that's like a super dope artist, like Twista collab. You know, Twista like a hard acting father. He like a hard artist to like compete with on a lyrical level.
Yeah.
And Crooked Eye, he another one. But you know, I just feel like people look at me as one of those rappers or a Chicago MC or artist that got those type of lyrics or be snapping. So, you know, I'm always gonna keep doing this, no matter how old I get. I'm gonna be out here still.
And that's good to hear that, man, because that just shows the love of music and hip hop that you got, because it's never ending. It just doesn't stop. Now we were just talking. You were mentioning a couple of artists, and so I wanted to kind of touch on what the fans been asking about, and they're asking about what's going on with you and Traxter. So I want to kind of touch that. Sometimes we get deep in the interview, and I want to know what's going on with you and Traxter and that whole situation.
Man, okay, it's like this. I always had a lot of respect for Traxter, and he always thought I was one of the dope MCs from the West Side. So when we got together and did the project, you know, I was signed to Traxter for the project. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm not with Traxter no more. I'm doing everything on my own. You know what I'm saying? I got artists of my own. I got Youngin. I got 20FG. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple things I'm working on too. So it's just basically us as grown men. You know, we came together, we did what we did, and now we doing our own separate things.
And the way you're all involved in the city and Chicago rap, hip hop, just the whole scene, who's really standing out to you right now? I know you got your artists, I know you got Youngin you were telling me about, but who's, just curious, who's standing out to you right now in the city as far as hip hop goes, rap?
You know what? I don't listen to a lot.
I think that's kind of a broad. I think I kind of threw it out there, kind of in a broad area, hip hop, rap.
Yeah.
Like let's do this. Who's really sticking out to you in the underground hip hop world? Because that's who I rock with. It's Shy Rock Nation. It's not Shy. It's not Shy Rap.
You know what? I listen to different stuff. You know what I'm saying? I listen to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? West Side Fleet, he hot. You know what I'm saying? I listen to. You know, I mean, like I listen to a lot of stuff. I actually tell people on my Facebook page, like, if y'all got something hot, post it right here so I can look through all this. I need something to listen to. So if 50 people post 50 songs, I'm finna sit there and listen to all them songs because that's what I'm doing at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do this. How about people that you actually are that you know and that you're working with, that you know? Who's hot?
Well,
Besides you,
it's hard for me to go through.
I know.
You know all my people.
That's kind of
y'all know Mama say my people first.
But it's good to see that you support all of Chicago hip hop now. You know, as far as
I'll tell you some dope people, man. I think Sinatra's dope. You know what I'm saying? I think Be Easy is dope. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with a lot of people, but it's a lot of people I don't really know.
Yeah.
So for me to really, you know what I'm saying, go back and name them, I can only name a few. You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's what's up. You know, I also wanted to say that, you know, there's a lot of, I wanted to ask you this, and this is getting kind of serious in the interview now. Groups like Triple Darkness, Crucial Conflict, Psychodrama, Snipers, you know, how come back in the time when Chicago was making that name for themselves in the 90s, how come you guys didn't get that Kanye West status as far as like the media and just everything, like what, because the talent was there, you can't deny that, but what was going on that it was just everywhere else and everybody from here wasn't getting on like that?
I think it was like at a time where back in the 90s when everybody had that shot, it was like a lot of street shit going on. I think a lot of street shit really kind of scared the industry. Like, people don't know the behind-the-scenes stories that went on with everybody and Twista and Do or Die and Psychodrama and even Crucial Conflict, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had their little street episodes that happened, you know what I'm saying? That kind of like, the industry ain't having none of that. So that's okay, let's click on going. Well, now it's changed, you know, Chief can go to jail 1,000 times and they still deal with it, you know what I'm saying? Back then it was kind of like, oh, it's dangerous, we don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you see Crucial Conflict, what happened to the next album? Oh, something happened and blah, 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 okay. You know what I'm saying? Turned into some street stuff. What happened with Do or Die, and when I went to jail, you know what I'm saying? It's like the realness of it. It became we don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, it was like the media was probably trying to disassociate themselves from that part of Chicago, and it was like, and even still nowadays, like if it was happening at that time in the late 90s, this is 2015, and still now we're making a name for ourselves. And I've heard about promoters not coming to Chicago, but you know, as far as that kind of thing goes,
I mean, if you look at it, you know, Common, Kanye, Lupe, it was kind of like the easier way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they're conscious, they speaking more, like, okay, some stuff it's not as bad of a problem as, like you say, the stuff that's going on now.
It was easier to intake.
Yeah, it was very much easier to intake instead of like NWA, you know what I'm saying? Easy pulling up with a big ass bag of guns. You're like, hold on, what's going on?
And people couldn't intake that because they didn't know where, they weren't coming from that same situation. So, you know, as far as some history and some knowledge, I want to know, we were talking behind the scenes about DJ Funk, and we were talking about promotions and media and the way things are now and how it was back then. And you were telling me, you know what our promotions was? Getting in the car with DJ Funk and going out there and doing it. Yeah. Tell us about how promotions was like that for you.
Okay, yeah. Me and DJ Funk was friends, so I used to take rides with him to go around and pick up and drop off his CDs. And that's how I saw, you know, the first time how they distribute your music throughout Chicago, you know, and people wanted it, and there was a demand for it, so he met that demand, you know what I'm saying? And that was one of the first times I saw Chicago music could sell. You know what I'm saying? And then when our music came out, people wanted it. I did the same thing he did. You know, I just followed that blueprint.
And that's what's important about building and passing on your knowledge, because that's how you wouldn't have had Triple Darkness and none of that if they would not taught him how to do it and go upon it. And so it's just building and passing it on.
DJ Funk was the first person to actually put out a Triple Darkness tape.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We got with DJ Funk to produce that first project we did. And we put out tapes, and we actually had a CD. We was like one of the first people that had a CD. It was a green CD, Paper Chase CD. A couple of people only got that CD though.
Okay, so if you have that one, that's a classic. You better
get that Paper Chase CD. Call me, because I need a copy.
Yes, hit them up. So I like to end, thank you for everything that you gave us, all the knowledge you dropped. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I like to end all of the interviews the same way because the show is geared towards improvement in hip hop entrepreneurs and legends. And besides staying in school, because we know the kids are smart enough already to stay in school, what advice can you give to the kids that are listening besides that?
Okay, this is the advice I want to give to the Chicago hip hop artists. Okay, we got our own city, we got our own market, our own industry. Learn how to run things here. We don't need to run around to everybody else. We got so many people here. It's like 9 million people here.
Something like that.
People come to our city to eat. They put their music out in New York or whatever, but where it's selling at? Right here. They put it out in the South. Where it's selling at? Right here. They come in here doing these big shows, getting paid $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 and going home. You know what I'm saying? So just do everything here. Take over this. Run this. This is our city.
Yep.
It's ours, and we passing it down. It's y'all's now, so y'all gotta do that.
Yes, and that's spoken very wisely from a legend himself, DaWreck from Triple Darkness. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks for coming and chit-chatting with us.
I appreciate it.
This has been another epic Gizzo interview.
Peace.
Peace.